Hey, Shalom. This is going to be a quick hit, Lord willing, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Shai. Now, I just want to give all praises, glory, and honor due unto Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakah HaChadash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that do rule well and that do teach well, that have taught me this truth. To you, I say Shalom, and Shalom unto the hopeful elect. So, we're going to go into Revelation 14 and 18, and we're going to focus on specifically what it says, which had power over fire. What does that mean? Which had power over fire? So that's found in Revelation chapter 14 and 18. And it says here, and another angel came out from the altar, which had power over fire, and cried with a loud cry to him that had the sharp sickle, saying, thrust in thy sharp sickle, and gather the clusters of the vine of the earth, for her grapes are fully ripe. Yep, and this is going on. You know, this also goes into deliverance and destruction, because that's exactly what Yahushua is coming back to do. He's coming back to deliver, and he's coming back to destroy. Right? So there's going to be a reaping, there's going to be a harvest, right? And that comes with destruction. That comes with fire. Right? So only the elect is going to be beamed up and saved and taken away by Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, or Yahushai specifically. But the part where it says power over fire is referring to what Yahushua said in Luke, the 12th chapter, the 49th verse on down. You know, it's I believe it goes along the lines of, I came to send fire on the earth, right? But before I do that, I just want to prove that, you know, angels, they have control over fire. They have control over destruction. That's how the Lord set it up, especially for how vengeance is going to play out in these last days. He has set up certain angels to bring forth destruction. And that fire also comes with the plagues, right? Now I'm going into something different, but I'm just talking about how destruction is going to play out with the plagues as well, like the nuclear missiles, the race riots, all that's going to kindle up fire. So there's a spirit and there's an energy behind that, and the angels are behind that. Okay, so anyways, let me get Hebrews chapter 1 verse 7 here. And it says, and of the angels he saith, who maketh his angels spirits and his ministers a flame of fire. That's right. So yeah, the angels, they're set up to be in control of fire and destruction. And that's right, they are going to be ministers of flame of fire. Yeah, they're gonna bring forth and serve you fire in these last days through destruction. And that's due to your disobedience, man. And yes, there is a consequence, and also there's repercussions for your disobedience that plays out in the flesh. For a lot of you people that don't want to get right and accept the fact that you're going to be punished in these last days by Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, you're going to get judged, man. You're going to get judged. You know, it's not going to just be a spiritual thing. Well, everything is spiritual, but it's going to play out carnally on how you're going to get destroyed. That's actually going to happen, right? That's actually going to happen. So for you people that are in the church, you like to say, you know, God hates the sin, but he loves the sinner. That's not true. The Lord hates sinners, and a lot of you sinners, you're going to get judged for your wickedness, man. For your wickedness, and for you not repenting and confessing unto Yahweh Bashem Yoshai, especially if you're an Israelite, you're going to get judged. So this proves that angels, they control fire, and they control destruction as well. They're set up. Matter of fact, let me get another one. Let's get Revelation 7, just to further prove that, you know, angels, they control fire, they control destruction, right? So this is Revelation chapter 7, verse 1. And after these things, I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. And this is talking, the 4 winds, or the winds that it's going into, is talking about a destroying wind. The destroying wind that comes from thermonuclear destruction. The ICBMs, they're actually holding that back. Right? And how are they holding that destruction back? By working on the minds of the rulers that are on the earth. Pretty much the rulers that are in charge of countries that have nuclear capabilities. The angels are holding back those men from destroying the earth. Okay, so it says here, and I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of living power, and he cried with a loud voice to the four angels to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea. That's right. So, hey, these four angels, they're set up to hurt the earth. Right? So that means bring forth destruction, fire. Okay, and that's good. This is gonna happen in the future, and it's really close. It's really close. Going into World War III, right? And World War III can pop off at any moment. It can. You got the whole situation with Russia and Ukraine, that war that's going on, and also the NATO forces that are involved. You know, that are adding more fuel to the fire, right? You have the whole Hamas and Israel, that war that's going on. Right, so yeah, the Iranian president, he died. You know, that's more instability to Iran. Right, what's going to happen? You know, that country is not really stable right now in terms of the leadership. What are they going to do? You know, they might lash out. You know, and rightfully so, if they can tie that death to either America or Israel, they're going to retaliate. But anyways, so it just proves that the angels, they're given power over destruction and fire. So now let's go back into Revelation 14 and 18. Let's read it one more time. And another angel came out from the altar, which had power over fire, and cried with a loud cry to him that had the sharp sickle, saying, Thrust in thy sharp sickle, and gather the clusters of the vine of the earth, for her grapes are fully ripe. Yeah, and you know, Yahushua, you know, he's the reaper, the main reaper, and he's coming back to harvest his elect, and he's coming back to destroy you undesirables, 2/3, and you other nations. Right, and you can go into Isaiah 47:3, talks about that, how Yahushua is going to come back. Yahushua is coming back with an angelic forth, and he's coming back like an angel, or as an angel, right? Angelic like. When you go into Isaiah 47, you pull that up, Isaiah 47 verse 3, and it says, Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. That's right. As for our Redeemer, Yahweh of armies is his name, the Holy One of Yasharallah. So thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. and you know, in that day, in that time of judgment, man, in that time of you going down, that time, the time of your sorrow, you people are going to be exposed for the low lives that you really are. And really, you're nothing, right? This whole time, especially the so-called white man, starting with you American, you full-blooded Americans, if that makes any sense, which I don't think it does, but you know what I mean, you full-blooded Edomites that reside in America, you're going to be exposed. Your pride is going to be taken away, because the scripture says pride goeth before destruction and a haughty look before a fall, and that's what you're experiencing right now. Right now you're in pride, and now your pride's going to be taken away when the Lord returns. Right? But you're going to be exposed for how low you really are in these last days, man, especially during the time of destruction. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. That's right, and he'll not meet you as a man. He's not going to come back the second time like how he did the first time. How he came in the form of a human body, right? Right? Remember, the scripture says he was a little bit lower than the angels. He's not going to come back lowly and meek, riding on a donkey into Jerusalem this time. He's coming back with ships. Hey, and you can go into the Ascension, Acts, the first chapter, Acts chapter 1, verse 9 on down. You know, the Yahushua is going to come back in like manner, the same way he left. That's what the two angels in white told the disciples. You know, this Yahushua that you see leaving is going to come back the exact same way he left, in a ship, right? So the Lord, he ain't going to come back on a donkey and a mule, riding lowly and meek. He's coming back with an army, an angelic army with spiritual powers. And guess what? Those chariots, they're going to have power over fire, okay? What does that simply mean? The fire is going to come out through the lasers that are on the ship, and that's pursuing to Revelation 14 and 18, which we're getting into, which just means power over fire. Now let's go into Luke. Let's go into Luke chapter 12, verse 49 here. Now it says here, Yahushua divides men. Yeah, and Yahushua is going to bring division. Right? And that's math, that's a good thing. Because math leads to truth. You got to divide and conquer to bring forth truth. Right? You got to set up division. You got to take down this kingdom. You got to destroy this place, because this place is wicked. So he's going to divide a lot of men. Right? He's going to divide you people that are outside of the truth, you other nations, and he's going to divide a lot of people that are in the truth, man. Okay? And it might not be pretty. It might not be pretty. All right? So this is Luke chapter 12, verse 49. I am come to send fire on the earth. What? Let me read that again. I am come to send fire on the earth. Did it say I'm come to send peace and tranquility? Yes, it does to a certain degree, but that peace is for the Israelites first and foremost. So, I have come to send fire on the earth. That doesn't sound nice. And what will I if it be already kindled? Oh my gosh. Okay, so hey, the Lord is coming back to bring fire. And that's what we're reading about in Revelation, the 14 chapters, specifically the 18th verse. Revelation 14 and 18. The power over fire is really going into what Yahushua said in Luke 12 and 49, which we just read. Right? And the fire is the lasers from the chariots. Now let's get more proof on that. Let's go into 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter. When Yahushua comes back with his army, his angelic army. Oops, my bad. 2nd Ezra chapter 13, verse 1. And it came to pass after 7 days I dreamed the dream by night. And lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved all the waves thereof. That's right, and that's them ships hovering over the sea, cracking them skies, and then hovering over the seas, flying in, moving the ocean, man. Verse 3, and I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. That's right, thousands of heaven. And, they're going to blot out the sun, blot out the sky. The sky is going to be full of chariots. Remember, it says, wax strong with the thousands of heaven. Oh. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him. That's right. And this is talking about Yahushua, right? And when Yahushua comes, everybody's going to tremble. They're going to be scared shitless. The Lord is going to have to put a serious spirit on these nations, forces to fight Yahushua. Verse 4, and whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they turned that heard his voice, like as the earth faileth when it feeleth the fire. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of the number from the four winds of the heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. That's right. And this is talking about the other nations joining forces, trying to take down Yahushua and his army. Right? And they're going to come with their fighter jets, their weapons that they have to fight against the Lord. That's why when in the book of Revelation it says war in heaven. Matter of fact, let me get that. There's going to be a war in heaven. War in heaven. Let's see if I can find that here. This is Revelation chapter 12, verse 7. The angel Michael. And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon. And the dragon fought and his angels. And that starts with Esau, Edom, and NATO and the EU and those forces that have joined together are going to fight against Yahushua and his angels. And prevailed not, neither was their place found any more in heaven. That's right. And they're no longer going to be on that high horse. right? That's going into heaven, which is a condition, right? A condition. So that heaven really means their rulership, their power. They're no longer going to be in rulership. They're going to be taken down. Okay. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, he's going to be taken down, and he's going to come with his own army to try and fight Yahushai's army, but they're going to lose miserably. So yes, there is going to be a war in heaven. And this is not talking about those fables that you hear in the church, the Christian church, about how there was a war in heaven between God and Satan, man, and Lucifer. That's bullshit. That's made up. First of all, Satan's in order. Okay? An angel and Satan is really a son of the Most High, pursuant to the book of Job. Okay? He's in order, and the angels on the left-hand side, they're in order. They're not fighting. They're not fighting the Lord and Yahushai. Okay, the left and the right, they work together. Okay, they do. They work together. Now the Lord Himself, He doesn't dabble in the left, but He can work with the left. He sanctions things to happen through the left-hand side. Okay, so the Lord is in control of everything, man. Okay, and those evil angels, they're in their order, they're in their place. It's just when it plays out in the realm of men, that's where it gets out of line. Men in the flesh, okay, men in the flesh, when they go on the left-hand side, that's out of order. All right, so let's go back to the Apocrypha, and it says, verse 6. But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain, and flew up upon it. That's right. And you can go into what is it, Isaiah, the 63rd chapter, going into how Yahushua is going to come back with vengeance. Who came into Bozrah with dyed garments. It's talking about Yahushua, how much killing he's going to do. But that great mountain is talking about a spaceship, the Father ship. He's going to have the biggest ship. Verse 7, but I would have seen the region or place whereout the hill was graven, and I could not. It's so goddamn big. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight. They were afraid, but the Lord put the Spirit on them to fight. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire. Okay, so that's the lasers, the concentrated fire, which are lasers that are coming out of the chariots, right? So he didn't have to, get a physical sword and chop everybody up, or get a gun or whatever. He had laser weapons, man. Okay, so that's that fire. That's going back into Revelation 14 and 18, the power over fire, which goes into what Yahushua said in Luke chapter 12, verse 49. So this is just more proof of that. But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempest. And they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. So yeah, they got vaporized, man. That whole army that came to subdue Yahushua and the angels were vaporized, man. In an instant. Boom. Okay, now how's that gonna happen? That's lasers, man. That's fire, concentrated heat. Lasers did all of that. You can watch movies like War of the Worlds, the old one that came out in the 50s. You can watch the one with Tom Cruise. That's a good depiction of that blast of fire, the flaming breath, right? That's a good depiction, and that's going to actually happen, man. Man, these Hollywood producers and directors that are making these movies, these apocalyptic movies, these sci-fi movies, where do you think they're getting their ideas from? They're getting it from the scriptures, especially guys like James Cameron and Steven Spielberg, which Steven Spielberg is a so-called Jew. Okay, so he knows the scriptures, he knows the Torah and all that stuff, man. He has to consult with rabbis and etc. Okay, so you know where they're getting their ideas from. It comes from the scriptures. And like I said in my previous videos, man, the Bible is the most popular book on the planet. It's the #1 book, and everybody plagiarizes off of that book, man. Everybody copies that book, whether they like to or whether they don't like to. So yeah, matter of fact, let me get another precept here. Let's get Isaiah chapter 66, verse 15. One of my favorite precepts. And it says here, "For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai plead with all flesh, and the slain of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai shall be many." There you go. The Lord's coming back with fire, man, to bring fire. The power over fire, man. Okay. So, yeah, man, that goes right along with Luke chapter 12, verse 49. "I come to send fire on the earth." And that's what he's going to do. All right, so I just wanted to go into originally, just go back to where we started. I was in Revelation 14 and 18. And we were just looking into which had power over fire. And that's pretty much going into the fire that comes out of the chariot, which are the lasers. And Yahushua is going to bring that fire. Okay. So anyways, with that, just want to give all praises, glory, and honor due unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakaha, Chodash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well and that do teach well and that have taught me this truth. To you I say Shalom, and Shalom unto the hopeful elect. Shalom.